Good morning. Welcome to the Celtic Way Morning Briefing Live. I'm Tony Haggerty, Haggerty 10, parachuted in for a guest appearance at the behest of Sean Martin at Sean Martin TCW. How are you, Sean? You missing me, fella?
Very much so, Tony, aye. Very much so. I think the viewers are probably missing you more because they need to hear me try and host it every day.
I don't know about that, but good to be back. I feel like police squad. Remember, start a police squad and today's special guest, and then they would throw somebody out a car or they would get shot. I feel like that. Today's special guest is Haggerty 10. There we go. Anyway, first things first, we big up our sponsor, OneFootball. The OneFootball app, guys, get downloading the OneFootball app. It's tremendous. It's the one-stop football shop for scores, news, lineups, transfer rumours, live streaming, match highlights, and much, much more. You know the job by now. You can immerse yourself in the digital football experience and have the best personal one out there. It's a cracking app, guys. Won't let you down if you download it. Links in the description. OneFootball app. We thank them for their sponsorship of the Celtic Way Morning Briefing. And we've always got an offer for you. And as you can see along the ticker tape at the bottom, subscribe to the Celtic Way, £3 for 3 months. The next 3 months, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. You can join us, www.celticway.co.uk/subscribe. Now, Sean, I go on a week's holiday. The world spins in its axis. Celtic signed 2 players. I'm absent. Yada, yada, yada. Could be a coincidence there. I don't know. But the bandwagon moved on to yesterday and a 2-2 draw with Legia Warsaw after Boric's, what was it, benefit tribute game? Something like that, yeah. Sean, you're muted, I think.
Just a farewell game, I think. I was kind of half calling it a testimonial, but it wasn't really, was it? It was it's a farewell game.
Farewell game. Now, it was a bit of a spaghetti western for Celtic, wasn't it, Sean? The good, the bad and the ugly came out in both halves. We'll go with the positive first. First half, terrific. They were very, very good. Looked very slick. Some of the passing movements involving all of the players that played were really, really good. And 2 cracking goals. First goal, Callum McGregor doing his best Tony Ralston impersonation with the chip ball, and Rio Hatate with the finish. It reminded me of the Motherwell goal. Ralston chipped to Kyogo the ball over the shoulder and the controlled finish. Absolutely sublime. Cracking goal, Sean. And then the second goal, got to give credit to Stephen Welsh, which a lot of people didn't.
Yes.
He broke the lines with a brilliant pass, opened up the space, and Hatate's threaded ball through to Maida. It's just a classic kind of attacking goal, wasn't it? Bump, 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 balls in the back of the net, 2-0. Celtic coasting, looking really, really good at that point.
Aye, that's what it was. I mean, it was Robert Gibson. It's wardrobe time. Good morning, all. Brian Roberts. Hi, Tony, Batman, and Robin reunited. I agree. I think a great first half. Some really, you kind of referenced it there with the Hatate goal. The Hatate goal as well, but the Maida goal. Some really impressive 1 and 2 touch attacking play and movement. Only a couple of defensive lapses at the other end in the first half, which I must say Anthony Ralston in particular was in the mood to deal with. In terms of standouts, Rio Hatate, obviously. Thought it was another classy display, a goal and assist. I gave him a 9, Tony, in my detailed match ratings.
Well, I wouldn't disagree with that. I thought he was terrific. I thought Matt O'Reilly was. I just love watching Matt O'Reilly. Just he's such a silky footballer, and he makes it look effortless and very easy.
Well, in terms of Hatate, I mean, I gave him the 9. I think the goal and the assist kind of made the difference with that, because I think he looks totally reinvigorated by the rest and by the subsequent proper pre-season that he's getting. Aside from him, the guy you just mentioned right there, I was on the verge of Matt O'Reilly getting a 9 as well, before ultimately I stayed at 8. I thought he was sensational though. It was no goal or assist, which is why I stayed at 8. But even then, I mean, he was everywhere, always willing to play the dangerous pass, getting into threatening areas. He hit the post. And as I said in my match ratings, don't sleep on his work rate off the ball either.
Yeah. If you enjoy watching footballers who are pleasing on the eye, watch Matt O'Reilly. Just do a kind of, remember Sky used to do the Sky Cam?
Yeah,
all Celtic supporters to do the player cam on Matt O'Reilly for an extended period of time in any football match that he plays, and you'll see what I mean. As I say, it was Paul Lambert that pointed that out to me when I spoke to him about him. and he did a bit with me about Matt O'Reilly, and he just told me he was watch him and watch what he does, and I agree with you, Sean, but I also think that Rio Hatati's just playing like a man possessed now, isn't he? He's just he seems to have enjoyed the break, and he's back to something approaching his best or near his best, and that's pre-season friendlies. If he hits any kind of form domestically in Europe, you've got a potent midfield there, you know.
Well, as I say, I said that after the kind of second game, the Rapid Vienna game. I think that's the kind of the main midfield trio, and I realise there'll be a lot of rotation, but I think everybody being fit, that kind of argument. I think McGregor, Hatate, O'Reilly.
Yeah.
As I say, I think it gives you more bite than actually people give them credit for as well, but no shortage of quality. I mean, we saw that from all three of them. I gave Callum McGregor an 8 as well. What an assist! Obviously, we spoke about that. He also hit the post as well, though.
Yeah.
There's a couple of comments about Hatate. Obviously, Chilpal there saying he thinks he's going to be great this season. Jason Lee, new haircut has rejuvenated Rail. Is it that, or is it the gum shield? Did you see that?
Yeah. I made a comment on Twitter to somebody else, or spoke to somebody and said he looked like a Bond villain when he smiled after the goal. You know what I mean?
Jaws.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, not, but yeah, I mean, listen, I don't care what he wears, what colour it is. The boy can play, and that's all that concerns me. And yeah, I thought it was too. It did remind me. Someone else put a comment up about Kyogo's goal against Martin. It's the first thing I thought about.
Aye, the McGregor ball.
Yeah, the McGregor ball chip over the top and the hook over the shoulder. I mean, Kyogo let his drop.
Yeah, true.
You could see it at home, but it's still the same kind of passing. And it's great that they're starting to get a bit of joy from that because they've clearly been working on things like that, Sean. That's what impresses me.
You saw that kind of clipped through ball from McGregor a lot as the season went on.
Yeah.
Trying that kind of thing to find the runs. I think you'll see it. I think you'll see it from Aaron Moy as well when he's playing.
Yeah.
In terms of Jason Lee's second comment there, Hatate's pass into the box for Maida's goal, it was class. I mentioned it in my ratings, Tony. You picked up on it at the start there. Stephen Welsh made that goal from his line breaking pass for choosing to play the kind of harder pass straight through the lines to Hatate. But after that, Hatate managed to top that with the pass that he played because the easy ball was playing it out wide after that. But he decided to play it straight through into the middle for Maida, who, what was the phrase you said before we come on? Actually took it like a striker. So it was what a goal. It was a great goal to see.
Yeah, it was a great goal to see. And that, I don't get too up nor too down about pre-season friendly, Sean. I've got to be honest. I just like to see. We've spoken about this before. The behaviours, don't we? The body language, people doing certain things and looking that they're listening to what they're being instructed to do. And I get that. Ange made the point that he's kind of flogged the players in pre-season, which is why he's only giving them a half at a time to let them R&R, rest and recuperate and all that kind of stuff. So there's always going to be a tapering off when you make that many substitutions, but what I did notice yesterday, and probably you've noticed it yourself, but I think every goal that Celtic have conceded in the pre-season's game so far, they've all been preventable.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose if we need to talk about the second half, then
yes, we do.
Not quite as many positives as the first half. Carter Vickers, unlike him, but didn't cover himself in glory with that long punt.
No, he didn't.
I
Very
thought
uncharacteristic, wasn't
it? I'll just take it in general. I thought Juranovic had another sloppy showing. I thought not overreacting, as you say, because it's pre-season. But I would argue, or I could argue, if you wanted, that based on, I've seen a few people in the comments mentioning it, based on pre-season only, if Ralston plays better on Saturday, should he get the nod against Aberdeen? Because I don't think Juranovic has played well in pre-season yet. I think he's made a few mistakes. I did say in the ratings, though, that the one thing you can say about Juranovic is even though he has got that kind of brain fart in him or that mistake in him, he doesn't let it stop him taking up good positions again after it, which is half the battle with players in Ange Postecoglou's system. But just, I think it's worth discussing whether maybe another good display by Ralston on Saturday might see him actually get the nod against Aberdeen. Sorry, what are you going to say?
Well, pre-season games are for players to play themselves into contention, Sean, usually. Yeah. But some players have played themselves out of contention, haven't they?
I don't know so much played themselves right out of contention. I think...
but you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, they can though, yeah. I mean, I always like to see it in that glass half full way where pre-season, especially for the younger guys, you can put yourself in in the manager's thoughts and stuff. But for the experienced guys, it's mostly about getting the kind of minutes in the legs and getting the fitness up. Because at the end of the day, even though I've just said there that you could make the argument, Juranovic knows he's going to get plenty of game time anyway. It's not one of those not one of those debates. But yeah, I do think that Ralston, all right, going forward, it wasn't a massively great showing from him. I thought him and Abada kind of plugged away without excelling in the first half. But defensively, I thought Ralston was the reason that Legia never got that many real dangerous chances in the first half.
Yeah. To be fair, yes. Now, Sean, there's something that's bugging the Celtic supporters at the minute, and I think it was Brendan Rodgers' Leicester being linked with Matt O'Reilly. Now, most of them, there's a couple of comments here who, in the nicest possible sense, have said that Rodgers can do one. Maybe not that particular language, but some choice and cut language. And if you've seen that in the comments, apologise for that. Now, Rodgers can do one, can't he? Because Matt O'Reilly is a vital cog in the green and white machine moving forward. And it would take an astronomical sum of money to even get Celtic round the table, I would have thought, with Matt O'Reilly. Yeah,
now, I'll qualify it in a minute with the reports that it came from, right? But just on that note, what you say there about the astronomical, easy for me to say, sums of money. When we spoke about Juranovic, Tony, I was a lot more realistic than a lot of people seem to be about what it would actually take to get Juranovic, because things like his age and different things like that, he's not going to get that much better, if you know what I mean. But with Matt O'Reilly being 21, everything is in his favour. Celtic have got such a long contract. He's all right, he plays for Denmark under 21s, but remember, if it's a Premier League team, he'll be a homegrown player if they're getting into Europe.
Sure.
I genuinely think that could break Tierney's record if he goes in the trajectory that we think he's going to go in. Not to overreact, but I do think that's the kind of money you're talking about with Matt O'Reilly if he keeps on the path that he's going. And it seems silly to say that. He's only played 19 competitive games for Celtic, but he was already highly rated down south anyway. It was through his own quest to get first team football that he's ended up at Celtic rather than still being at the likes of Fulham or something like that. So he backs himself in that regard. I've said it on here plenty of times. So you think of all that, the fact that he's chosen Denmark, we both think he's going to make that World Cup squad. Frankly, I think it's going to take ridiculous money. But I'll qualify it for you, Tony, because it came from a report in the Telegraph, and he was mentioned as a kind of wider group, a part of a wider group of players that Leicester are monitoring, right?
Yes.
But in the context of the rest of that article, and this is where it gets slightly more positive for fans, is that Leicester aren't really in a position to buy anybody at the moment anyway. The rest of the article was kind of basically laying it bare that their wages to turnover ratio is so high that it's reaching unsustainable levels. So they need to sell people before they can sign others anyway. So if they start to sell the likes of Yuri Tielemans or James Maddison, then you're maybe thinking, right, okay, let's keep an eye on Matt O'Reilly here. But the same report linking O'Reilly with them basically gave the exact reasons it's not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, I wouldn't get too upset.
I'm just bracing myself for constant speculation about Matt O'Reilly till he does eventually leave the club. So it's not going to be new. It'll be week upon week upon week. Enjoy Matt O'Reilly while we can at Celtic. And you know my thoughts about him, and your own thoughts are echoed by that. The boy's a footballer. You know, and it will take.
We've both mentioned this very thing, Jerry D. Matt will be the Celtic Player of the Year this season. I think it will. The positive from that is there's a clutch of players that you could see challenging for that honour. But we both, when we done the end of season power rankings, and Matt O'Reilly had been at Celtic for half a season and had already broken into the top 10 and stuff like that. And we both expect him to be challenging the podium kind of positions. And we know that's the award that matters at the end of the season anyway, Tony. So
correction.
But no, I agree with you. I think
ratings.
Sorry, I think your signal went a wee bit there, Tony. Aye. You back?
Someone's signal went. Yes, sorry about that.
Sorry, it might have been mine. I just couldn't hear you. No, I was just saying I agree with you about the speculation aspect. I do think it's just something. I think it's something Celtic are just going to have to get used to with Matt O'Reilly. He's been, I mean, everything we've just said there, a standout so far, even in pre-season. He just looks absolutely raring to go for competitive games. Last night, as I say, I could have given him a 9. If he steps up to the Champions League and makes an impact, then goes to the World Cup with Denmark as expected, then I think links to England in particular, given his birthplace and all of that, the homegrown element. I think it's just something Celtic are going to have to accept is going to happen.
Very much so. Anybody else catch your eye, Sean, in that game yesterday? Or
I think well, I said Callum McGregor, obviously. I thought Stephen Welsh for the line breaking pass, and I thought again Anthony Ralston defensively. I thought he 2 or 3 crucial clearances or interceptions or tackles that kind of prevented Legia getting a dangerous chance in the first half. In the second half, all right, it wasn't that people necessarily impressed me. I thought Jota plugged away. I thought Kyogo was trying to make runs. I just felt it was a bit discombobulated in general in the second half with so many subs. But overall, I thought it was a good run out. I thought Ange Postecoglou hit the nail on the head when he said afterwards that it's not really about winning games technically at this point, even though that would be good. It's about preparing the team to be in the position to win games when the real stuff kicks off. So I think you're right when you say don't get too carried away either way with a pre-season friendly. I think that probably sums it up.
I did like that comment from Ange, actually, that he was preparing his team to win football matches. When, as you say, the real stuff starts when the ball bounces for real. And he said that they would be ready for Aberdeen when it comes. And I think, like everything else, you trust the manager, don't you? Retro Celtic, we must have a starting 11 for the next game for 70 minutes at least. Rotation time is over, Sean. Do you agree with that?
I do, because it's the last pre-season game. It's slightly different for me. I don't know if that's the way that the manager will see it. He might just think the whole schedule is to be the way that the rest of them have been. I would quite like to see that, what the Retro Celtic says, just almost treat it as if it is a normal game. Maybe make 3 subs at 70 minutes and then maybe just as time's ticking away for the other guys. I know that's probably unlikely given it's a pre-season schedule to get them fit for the game the next week. But no, I agree with it. I would like to see that because I think a lot of the kind of, I'll use that word again, discombobulation of the second half performances has just been through the amount of subs. I think it'd be interesting to see any other comments. Did anybody have we not mentioned somebody that actually had a really good game in it? And I think we've pretty much kind of covered it.
Yeah, I think we have. And also, I agree with you. I think he'll play, and I agree with the Retro, so I think he'll play as strong as a team as he can with a nod to the Aberdeen game the following week, because you'll want to try and get all those kind of partnerships firmed up, won't you? And some kind of continuity the following week when the ball does bounce for real, give or take a couple of members of personnel who will make a difference.
I'm kind of wondering what you're going to do at centre back now, because Welsh obviously did his chances no harm there. I don't think.
Yeah.
I know he was still on when they conceded and stuff, but in terms of actually playing that pass out from the back and different things, but you've also just signed Maurice Jens, so I wonder. He was champing at the bit in his interview to get on the pitch on Saturday. He said he would have played yesterday if he could have. So do you give him the chance from the start? Have Welsh haven't played quite a wee bit the last few games and he got 90 minutes there? So that's a consideration. Or do you go with Welsh because that's kind of who you're thinking might start against Aberdeen? So
yeah, Jens and Moy are both available for the Norwich game, aren't they? And I think Jack.
They are, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many minutes Moy would get. I would be surprised if he starts.
But they could play some part in it just to give the Celtic fans a look at both of them. I think.
Yeah, maybe. Robert Gibson saying Cara Vickers and Welsh will start the Aberdeen game. I'm inclined to agree, but I'm just interested to see what he does with Jens on Saturday. So.
Yes, indeed. Frank Kennedy's liking your word, Sean. Discombobulated. Love that word.
Diction in the corner here.
Indeed, yes. Wee Sean Dent there. There you go for those who are of a countdown persuasion and know that reference. But yes, indeed. But no, it's again, as I referenced, you can't get too up or too down about pre-season friendly results. It matters next Sunday, a week on Sunday. What happens against Norwich? Yep, you'll comment on it and we'll dissect it. But it matters not a jot until next Sunday, Sean, when the ball bounces for real and Ange says the players will be well drilled and well prepared and they will know how to win football matches. And I think he's bang on with that.
No, I agree. I think you can always rely on him to be a wee bit more composed than
a realist,
than maybe other people. But nonetheless, it would have been good for Celtic to have just got that win in terms of the feeling of having won a game, because that's a couple that they've kind of let slip away. But ultimately, he's spot on. It doesn't matter. You're not playing for points. You're not playing for progression. You're only playing for the lessons you can learn in the fitness. So, it only matters what happens against Aberdeen at this point and then beyond. Before we go, Tony, I forgot. I'll need to mention, and I've put the link in the comments again.
Yep.
I was going to say last chance. It's not the last chance. Reminder will be tomorrow, but we're once again running the Twitter competition, so we're giving away a home top. Same deal as it always is. So you go onto your Twitter, you click that link I've put in the comments, and it'll take you directly to the post. You retweet that, follow the Celtic Way account. You need to remember to follow, otherwise you're not in the draw. You do both of those things, and that's you in the draw for tomorrow. I'll remind you all again tomorrow, though, and then the draw maybe tomorrow lunchtime or so.
Yeah, get retweeting, guys. Get doing that. You could win a Celtic home top and get it for nothing. So there you go. I mean, what can we say? Can't say better than that, Sean, can we?
You cannot, Tony.
Well, I think that's an ideal way to wrap up Thursday's bulletin. You'll be previewing the Norwich game tomorrow, Sean, won't you? Yeah?
Yep, certainly shall.
Excellent. And then I shall return on Monday from my week-long holiday. But it's been good to pop in and just let everybody know I'm still alive and well. And
wardrobe's still standing.
Yes, indeed. The wardrobe's still standing, as you can see. And we'll say now, get downloading the One Football app, guys. Links in the description. We thank them, as always, for sponsoring the Celtic Way Morning Briefing Live. Thank you. Yep. Thanks to all the subscribers. We love the community we've built here. We love the fact that you feel confident enough to put your comments in, and we try and answer them, as many as questions and queries as possible. And we like to flick them up on the screen and see them as they come in. And thank you to Sean, as always, first class. Enjoy your contribution, Sean. And get hitting that subscribe button, guys. You know what to do. Join us, www.celticway.co.uk/subscribe. £3 for the next 3 months. Sean, I'm away to join what's left of the summer that we're having. I think that's the good weather. About to call it a halt now. I think it is cloudy in East Kilbride. But thanks for that. Have a terrific Thursday. I'll see you guys on Monday, and have a wonderful weekend. All right.
Cheers, Tony. Cheers, guys.